Hey everybody, welcome to Tantra Rebel. Today's video is about exercise and the power of exercise. So let me tell you about this. There was an article that came out in the New York Times, and basically what it said is that whether or not we like exercises does not matter, in the sense that if you do exercises, it turns out it makes a difference even if you don't like them. By practicing the exercises that I'm about to give you, they will allow you to take more control of your overall learning and skills, especially in the bedroom. If you don't take control of this, you run the risk of sort of falling back into old patterns that you've been in regarding your sexuality. Of course, practicing exercises will also help others because it makes women feel more comfortable. They feel more safe and in control in your presence. Not doing so, of course, hurts those more intimate relationships. So what I can tell you is that by practicing exercises, even if you don't like doing them, the reality is you will feel better. This is what science is telling us. You will feel better after you accomplish these exercises, after you practice and you get some successes. So if you don't do this, of course, you'll just fall back into the routines, and if that just doesn't feel good, and I don't want that for you. So let's talk about the value of exercises. For the purpose of what I'm speaking about today in today's video, what I want you to understand is that exercise is defined as the practice of any technique that is outside of your comfort zone or even within your comfort zone. So if you want to maintain the ability and develop those sexual superhero skills, there are things which you have to do, and that's what we're going to talk about. So there's simple principles which govern why exercises work. Exercises work because they help you myelinate your brain and practice, get into the habit of doing an exercise, and you become skilled at it. It actually moves from sort of having to think about it to what I call unconscious competence. So this is how it actually flows in the course of your learning to be a sexual superhero. You begin to practice and study these little bits, and all of those add up to you having an extremely successful sex life. It's feather touch. You know, just while you're sitting around, you can begin to just practice that light touch on yourself, so that you're feeling like, oh yeah, okay, this is what this feels, just super light. And you can do this as an exercise. You don't have to wait for some special time. Like, as soon as you find the impulse, which is what I do, like as soon as I have an impulse to do something, to do an exercise, even to do physical exercises, because I don't actually really like doing exercises all that much, but you probably don't either. You know, it's just our human nature. When we're outside of our comfort zone, we're just kind of like, I don't really want to practice. But in a way, you have to love that discomfort, and that's what we're talking about today. Practice, even if you don't like practicing, even if it upsets you to practice, still practice, because you will get better over time. And most people stop following through because they don't realize this. And so they hit their first little, oh, I hit a little spot and I feel uncomfortable and I'm not gonna practice anymore and your program doesn't work for me. Yeah, I've been there. But the reality is, of course it works. That's why I'm teaching it to you. This stuff works. So the key for you is to just practice, even if it's the smallest step. I'm going to practice feather touch today and every day. Every single woman I meet, I'm going to practice feather touch. You know, you can do this. You can do this with little animals too. Let's say you see a little animal, go with feather touch instead of grabby touch. Grabby touch, no good. Just a simple exercise. Practice. Ooh, feather touch. If you follow these steps properly and you practice, I can promise you, your skill set will build up before you know it. You will be masterful in the bedroom. And I'm going to keep giving you tips over and over again. I'll answer questions for you as they come in, because I am the Tantra Rebel and I want you to have more and more pleasure in your life, because you deserve more pleasure, and the women in your life deserve more pleasure. They deserve to feel good. Every woman I speak to says to me, Lawrence, I am so happy you are doing this, because they all are starved for more love and attention. And so as you begin to apply these techniques and you practice exercises on a regular basis, in other words, daily, even if it's for 5 minutes, practice. I promise you these techniques will create a very powerful strategy in the overall flow and course of your life to becoming an empowered sexual superhero who is literally unleashing your masculine well-being and power and, you know, that sense of like strength and security and safety sexually. This is a beautiful thing. And all of us crave it, but women specifically crave that kind of beautiful attention and care and concern that men who practice my system can actually develop the strength and the security and that sense of well-being that just literally pours from every cell, and especially in the bedroom. So until next time, this is Lawrence. I am the president of pleasure, wishing you more and more pleasure in your life.